This video we're going to do caulking the angles. There is a right or wrong way to caulking. I'm just using a water cleanup, basic trim work caulking. The angles necessarily don't have to be caulked in, but if you caulk them in, it'll give it a nice, clean, perfect finish. I'm going to change the angle of the camera so you can kind of see how I put the bead of caulking on. Basically just follow through with a nice tight bead of caulking. I usually like to do at least half the wall. Go up as far as you can reach. The technique I like to use is just using a sponge. Some guys like to use a rag, but I like to damp my finger, get my finger damp, and then I just follow it. We're not putting a bunch of caulking in, it's just a tight bead of caulking. Sometimes too much is not too good, you just want just enough. But take your damp finger and then you follow through. Follow through, follow through. Any excess caulking, you just wipe it on your sponge. Same thing with down here below. Bring it up, bring up the leg they call it. Follow through. You're taking off all the excess caulking. Sometimes when there's too much caulking, you can follow it with your sponge. That's why they call it water cleanup caulking. You can basically take off the excess, and then you can also take your clean finger and just follow it through again. There you go, nice tight bead of caulking. But I'm gonna follow it through these angles here, so it makes this job nice and perfect. Same thing here in the corner. I go every direction. Just basically put the caulking in. Nice tight bead of caulking. Take your finger and a wet sponge. Bring it down. Miss area like that, just take what's on your finger. Follow it through with the sponge. Follow it through with your finger. This technique's the same for baseboard. Any type of water cleanup caulking, this is what you would do. Follow it through. Follow it through. Take your damp sponge, takes off the excess. You can work your three corners here and make a perfect intersection. So basically I just caulk this whole angle. Caulk this whole angle. So I'm going to take it further out past my drywall repair so the tie-in to the new work is clean. But you can see the difference between that angle and the caulked in angle. It makes a big improvement. Just cheap $2 caulking. It makes a nice, perfect, clean job. Follow it through. I like to go past my drywall repair, meet in the middle. I like to take the finger and just follow it through. Follow it through. Join your existing work. Take your damp sponge. You take off the excess. We don't want too much material in there. Now I just got this all caulked in. Now it's nice and finished. Now I'm going to continue on over there, and we're pretty much done. While I'm on the ladder, if this is drywall work, I'll just take my sponge and hit that edge where it blends into the existing paint. That helps fade it out. Makes a nice, perfect finish.
Same thing here. Nice tight bead. I go past my drywall repair. Take my damp finger. I'm just fading it in. Take your damp sponge. That's why they call it water cleanup, because a damp sponge will take care of it. This is not the same technique as silicone. This is for water cleanup. While I'm here, I hit my edge of my drywall texture to help blend it in. Take some of the dust off the wall. Makes a nice, perfect job. Look at that. Nice clean angles. Caulked in, ready for paint.
Caulking technique's the same for baseboard, drywall, windows. So I'm going to take right here, the window has a crack. I'm just going to put a little bead of caulking in the angle. Caulking. And just go up with it. Same thing, damp finger. And just fill it in with your finger. Same thing here. Fill it in. Any excess, you can fill in anything that you missed. And that's put on heavy, so that's why we finish it with the sponge. Now he has a nice caulked in window. While I was here, I did that for him. It's not part of the drywall job, but while we're here. But that's a nice job. Don't get any better than this.